Welcome to Options Center. It is 3/6/21. Welcome to the weekend update. We have a lot to go through. We're going to check things out on the weekly, go down to the daily, and even the 65. But we're really going to grind down and check out all the layers that we put on to trading to give us a storyline, to give us a scenario of what we're looking for in the long run, all the way down to the short run. Okay, I do have a little bit of help from my friend Chandler Trades as well. I put his his Twitter account on the left-hand side if you want to pause the video and get that. It gives us, he helped us out with the secondary bull count, and those things all matter. You know, it gives us more of a vision of which direction we're trading. Okay, so before we jump into all this information, hit that subscribe button on the lower right-hand corner. That's the Options Tender logo, and then we'll go from there. All right, don't forget to like as well. Okay, looking on the big picture, here we are. We are on the weekly SPX, the mother of all indices. Okay, so I wanted to get this. I'm really zoomed out here because look at the consolidation areas here. What's happening in the big picture? We are breaking out of a huge multi-year consolidation, similar to this one. And when it broke out, it had to retest, okay? It needed to gain momentum. It had to get over the MAs, and then it started to gain momentum and made its huge move. And I think that's what we're doing here. So there are bear counts that we'll talk about. We won't talk about later in this video because they will not matter until we break under this rising pivot. Okay, the 20 MA is there, this rising multi-year pivot. If we get under there, then we'll discuss all these bear counts and say we made a top and discuss other things. But until then, we're bullish, you guys. There's no reason not to be. Okay, so let's grind into this. Let's go look at the daily candle. It's basically an indecision candle. We would call that an inside day. Look at that tight body there, and we close over the 8 MA, so that's bullish. We're pushing off of that back test of the rising pivot. The MACD is sideways. It did make a slight cross, but that's okay because if we're going to make another wave up here, we're probably going to either it's a whipsaw or we're going to make some sort of divergent high. So we'll have to monitor that, but nothing to be too alarmed right now. And then the RSI still really bullish, and the 60 area is acting as support. Okay, so let's go over to the daily. Daily trend is our friend. Give another view of this. See, pushing right off of that pivot. We do have support underneath, but I really wanted to let's go first on the left hand side. We have with Chandler Trades, we're going to do our Elliot Wave count that we've been going through this whole time. I'll just focus on this wave one down to wave two and start our ascent to the upside. Okay, that would mean the decline is finished. We had our ABC correction, and we're moving on up. Okay, that's just the simple version of that. But Chandler Trades gave us an idea that maybe this wave two is actually part of this. We had a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is all complete. That's a complete 5. But that just completes the first wave one. And so now we have the larger wave two. And what would that mean? That would mean that we have, this would be a X correction, Y, and then finally down to Z, which would be the end of wave two. And from that point, we lift off. Okay, that does fit. That coincides with this support here. And also, you know, the 200-day might be coming in there. I'm not sure how close we'll get to that. Let's go ahead and put the retracement on. The Fibonacci retracement from the bottom of wave 1 up to the top of wave 1. And if we came down to the 61.8, yes. Okay, so this, it wouldn't be this support up here. That would be our initial probably bounce area from the 50%, but the 61.8 would take us right down to the 200-day moving average. And also this, let's see, this gap area here. Let's see if we can move that out to, let's go out to April 1st. Okay, so that'll give us some support coinciding with this 200. So if this scenario starts to happen, then we'll look for support down at the 261.8 as our complete XYZ. All right, so thanks Chandler Trade for that information. We'll move on to the MAs. We are underneath. We recaptured the 50 MA. We closed right on that 8 MA, and we still need to get, if you notice this resistance area I put up there, that coincides with the 20-day moving average. So that's where I think our battleground will be. Either we'll end with the Y at the 20-day moving average, or we'll work our way above it, and then our original scenario that the correction is over will play out. Okay, and if we start to break down with Chandler Trade's our secondary bullish scenario, then we'll really have to talk and say, hey, is this some sort of fake break? We have to work our way back over the pivot, or we will introduce the secondary, the bearish counts. Okay, all right. Enough of that. We'll go on the candle. Nice bullish reversal candle. Might be an inside day. I think we closed 38.43. And then, nope. So it's an inside day, but a great push off of the pivot. The MAs are all facing up except for the 8 MA, which we could regain as soon as Monday, or maybe a slight pullback, and then by Tuesday. Looking at the MACD. Sorry, we're trying to be real thorough here, guys. This is a weekend update, so we're going to take some time. And don't forget to hit that like button. And so we're right at that MACD. As talking about the zero line, it works as a really good support at times. And we're really curling off of that. And that could be our support that we need. But we're really going to have to watch for the blue MACD line. We're going to have to cross over and make maybe another divergent high there. And, you know, we'll obviously have to make new all-time highs at that point. But we'll make a lower high on the MACD for divergence. And there's also a possibility that, you know, if we're really starting to gain our momentum, we can burn through those divergences. Those are just caution signs. They're not sell signals. And on the RSI, we came down to the 40 area, which is not uncommon in a bullish market where the 40 acts as support. When you're in a consolidation or a sideways market, usually it's the 30 that creates the support. In a bear market, it might even be the 20 that provides that support. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's move on to the expected move. And this kind of, this leaves us up for interpretation. So we had volatility. It started to gain. We didn't quite reach either side of the expected move. And that kind of tells me, that gives a bullish bias to me, because that means the volatility, which it does show in the options expected market. This was a 125-point move, and we're down to 95. So we're tightening up. We're losing the volatility. That is a sign of either consolidation or that we're going to start moving to the upside. Volatility likes to contract as price heads up to the upside. in general. So we have some work to do. This week, 95 points. I wouldn't doubt if we got it. And look how that coincides with making a lower high. So if the secondary bullish scenario is intact, and we regain this 20, don't think we're out of the woods, because we'll have to make a higher high. So this could be the end of the move. So we'll just be cautious around that 20. We'll be cautious around the top of the expected move. Any one of those points, and we'll add some put protection to see if we head down here, or if we just make another 1. This would be a 1-2, and then maybe a 1-2 to go higher, unless we just take out the highs right away. Okay. So that does it for this weekend. A lot of information, but we want to be thorough here, and I want to thank our friends, and I'll introduce some other people as we go. This is not an individual type thing, you guys. You build up friends on Twitter and Instagram, and you bounce ideas off of each other, and that's how we get our full scenario. And so don't think this is all just coming from me. Give credit to where credit's due. So thanks for joining me here on Options Tenor. Have a wonderful weekend, and put your trade ideas down below if you'd like me to do anything before the weekend starts for charts, trade ideas. Okay, thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend.